They agree from the onset that, okay, every month we're going to be dropping this into this account. And this is why an English woman will tell you, no, we're not doing that. They will say it together.
Okay.
We have not budgeted for that. We're not going into that now. We want to get our fridge, and that's what we're going to do. We're not going to allow you in now because that will affect our budget. So that money is dropped into that particular account, which is jointly owned. They may later quit the account. It depends on how they plan and what they want to do with it. But I know that the law does not permit it. You cannot dispose of the matrimonial home. But where a man can establish that, no, this is not the matrimonial home, after the marriage, we moved, you know, maybe for civilization, maybe for whatever reason, the area was no longer conducive for it, we moved to Lagos. The man succeeded. The woman said he cannot dispose, but the man said it is built by me. And the wife said, no, we're married together. We're together in this marriage, so you can't just decide that you're disposing this house. But
So,
she lost. She lost on the note that the matrimonial home is
Okay,
the
what
other
do you
part of.
call where they now moved and started living? What do you call that space?
You see, this is the thing. It is an accommodation housing of them. It's just the matrimonial home is specified.
So this is where they say the law is an ass.
Hey, well, you can say that.
Exactly.
But what I'm trying to say is, if you're matrimonial, because the house is still there. The house that he taught is the village home, so to speak, in quotes, the way they put it in Nigeria, now happen in the eyes of law to be the matrimonial home. Because they actually live there.
Okay.
Do you understand? But what I was unable to establish from that matter was where the man had that mind of actually deceiving the. You cannot decide that, but that's the facts that they got out to determine.
One more question.
Yeah.
In a situation where the man says the woman shouldn't do anything, she should just be a housewife.
Full housewife.
A full housewife. What happens?
What happens there?
Well, I think that's a matter. It's a decision between the man and the woman. It should have been decided. I think such things need to be sorted out before coming into the marital union. You don't force. If a man, issues will come up when you have a bubbling heart, you have a bubbling mind. You're not a woman that can be caged. You're not one that is not driven. You're one that is driven by passion over certain calls or causes, and then you got into marriage, and you can go on and establish and say, well, you never agreed to be a servile wife. You have your dreams, you have your purpose, you have your passion, and you want to champion them, you want to channel them towards achievement. They usually stem. I've had a man who says, no, never. It's not a culture with my family. Women that we marry don't walk. And the father came up and said, no, you cannot. It's my daughter. She must walk. Why did I send her to school? Why did I train her? And they went to college. These are little things that result into dissolution.
Can you differentiate quickly between the court marriage and the church marriage?
Beautiful. The court marriage, I don't know what you mean by court marriage. Do you mean?
What I'm trying to say is that the importance of the two.
Between the English law?
Between the court marriage, we call it court marriage in this part of the world.
Okay.
And then the church marriage, because when you go to court, let's say registry now, you are given a certificate, you know, that is probably legally binding. And you go to church, you are equally given a certificate. And so many have made these mistakes, getting married in church without the law backing the marriage up, and the man along the line plays game with the woman, and probably after taking the juice of the woman and sees another woman that want to move on, and then the other woman is now vulnerable, can't do anything. What do you think can be done in this case?
If I understand it well, you want the difference between the statutory marriage and a church marriage.
And a church marriage.
In a simple manner, the church marriage is not necessarily a marriage under the Act. It's as simple.
So many are crazy about the church marriage.
The church marriage is not necessarily a marriage under the Act. That's just the answer. And if you ask me what act I'm talking about the Marriage Act. The church marriage has no state backing. The difference between the church marriage and the statutory marriage is simply just that. The church marriage is not recognized by the state. You can group it under social, you can group it under celebration, you can just group it under, but it does not even pass for the customary. You see, under the Nigerian legal system, we have the English marriage and we have the customary. The customary marriage is the one conducted according to customary right of that particular place or where you belong, or whatever state or tribe you're coming from.
Okay.
So if you like, take it before the Pope of the Catholic Church, the marriage is not binding under English law.
Well, we have to throw the lines open. It's becoming more interesting, and it looks as if the time should just, you know, So, well, we've been talking on why should a man and a wife have a joint account or build a house or have properties together, and of course you have had the Doyin Adetunji there speaking from the legal aspect, you know. You want to probably contribute or ask us questions, well, the number to dial is 0129111031. You have to be fast and be brief because we don't really have much time. The second line to call, or number to call, is 0129344335, 0129111031, or 0129344335. And there is a program coming on the 28th of this month. Of course, Doyin will be there. She's one of the facilitators on that day. And it's coming up at the Heavens Royal Hotel at Lekki, 7 Agogi Road, Lekki. Okay, we have a caller already. Hello, good evening. Oh, we lost that. The program is coming up on the 28th, and the theme of the program is Way Out of Marital Stress, Marital and Relationship Stress. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Good evening. I'm calling from Lagos. My name is Laolu Owolabi.
Okay, Laolu Owolabi, how are you?
I'm fine.
Please, you have to be brief with either your contribution or your question.
I want to quickly clarify that church marriage could also be married under the Act, because some churches are licensed by the marriage registry to conduct marriages under the Act. So where a church has a license of the marriage registry, the marriage conducted in the church is a marriage under the Act. That's the marriage registry.
Okay. Adetunji, what do you have to say concerning that?
What was the caller's name?
Laolu from Lagos.
Laolu, if I get you right, you're trying to clarify between marriages conducted in churches as compared with the statutory marriage. The statutory marriage is not concerned about church marriages. Before the law, the marriages conducted in church are seen as just receiving religious blessings. That's the way the law says it. Now, if you want state protection to be upon your marriage, I advise that you get the marriage registered at the court registry, because if you look at it, it involves parties. The parties to it are parties to a social contract, which is marriage, and the two of you are coming together for that to raise a family. The law is more concerned about that family you are likely stemming up. So when you want to conduct a marriage and you want state protection, just conduct it at the registry. Although I'm aware that some churches now insist that you get it registered, you go to the marriage registry before coming to church. That further backs up the fact that it is mainly about receiving blessings. Nobody will condemn anybody getting blessings. After all, we all get blessings from our parents, even without the church. So it is just merely about blessings by ordained ministers
or
of the church.
of God. All right.
That's just the difference.
Okay, well, we still have a little time here. You still want to put a call through. The number is 012900. 08129111031 or 0129344355. The program that is coming up on the 28th of this month, you have to register, and the numbers to register your name with, I will simply call those numbers now: 08090679007 or 08023213981. Send your names to us and your email so that we can register you for the program. We only have seats for 100 people, and the first 20 to come will receive a gift on that day. Adetunji, there are some cases that I have heard of that some people, cohabiting, you understand, and they were not, nothing is backing them up, no church and no law. But along the line, something happened, probably the man dies. What do you think?
There are some cases where the custom presumes a marriage. There is, in the beauty of the law is that we have presumption of facts.
Okay.
It can be acceptable, especially if the custom of that area permits whatever had transpired. Under customary marriage, what is expected is not as much as what is expected from the statutory marriage. If a man took a woman in an area that is known under the law to practice such, they look and weigh the circumstance guarding the marriage. It can be inferred. There is something we call presumption. It can be presumed that yes, there was marriage between the man, and the customary law will take care of that.
Okay.
The way of division of, the way of sharing whatever, the way of distribution of estate as concerns that native law and custom will apply. If it says that nothing goes to the woman, too bad. I hope you get me. If the custom permits that or dictates that the woman remains or abide in the family, it's her fate. She has to abide. The Nigerian legal system does not frown. He's not against customary law. He can allow, but one aspect of it that may not be so palatable is the fact that the man can take as much as one. This guy, he can have more than one woman. You can't frown at it if it is, because an average African man is potential polygamous by nature. This is the truth. The Nigerian legal system and Africa generally knows the fact that an average African man is a potential polygamous man by nature. So when he does that, the community comes together to speak to the woman and say, well, you have a child, you have this, you have that. We're going to take whatever the man has accrued because these children are still going to school. It depends on the custom of that particular place, whether Yoruba, whether Igbo, whether Efik, whether whatever, So it depends. That is another thing. But if that man had converted the native marriage, if steps had been taken by the man to convert the native marriage to a statutory, is another thing entirely.
Well, Adetunji, I have to stop you there because our time is fast spent.
Before you stop her,
Okay.
Let's hit her with one more.
All right.
Is that why
we have to bring her back? I think that's what we have to do.
she has to come back?
She has to come
Anyway,
back.
if you want to hear more of this, I think you should just register and meet us at Agungi.
Yes,
Because
on the
we'll
28th.
have more time.
We have more time to deal with questions and so many other issues.
She's going to be there live.
Yes, our time is fast spent. Well, come on the 28th, Way Out of Marital and Relationship Stress, Saturday 28 November 2015. You want to register, just send us a text message on 08090679007 or 08023213981. Register with your name and your email, and then we will get back to you. Well, it looks as if we should not stop, but we have to stop. Well, by the grace of God, come next Monday, we'll see you again. God bless. Thank you very much.
Good night, people.
Good night.
Good night, listeners.